Starting at the second half, East Ringwood win the tap through Renton, but at ground level it's socked off the ground by the Saints. They get it into their forward line. Leg leads the way, goes off the ground. Maybe not the smartest decision as Van Noonan was there to snap it short. He gets some help, but it's all getting bustled inside 50. Now Whelan jumps all over the ball, but it's East Ringwood with the numbers on Devlin. Grabs it, clearing kick to the back of the square. North Ringwood get onto the ball. Trying to get out of the pack was Jones. It's tight now, and it still hasn't opened up for either side. It's 50 metres out. North Ringwood finally get a hand pass backwards, but Harbeck couldn't get out of the pack. It's now another hand pass flies to Sharp. He hasn't got time to think about it. Gets it off to his teammate at Scott. He gets wrapped up in a tackle. Sharp again kicks it, but only 10 metres. And finally we had to stop to play. There was a lot of movement, but it wasn't going very far.
That was a really good piece of play there by East Ringwood. That back line stood right up then.
So it's Renton winning the tap again, but North Ringwood have got it in hand.
Good throw.
But they threw it instead of hand passing.
Good throwing.
So it's a penalty that'll go the way of East Ringwood. Hubbard has got the ball in the back pocket.
So Hubbard right in front of us here on the broadcast position. The Roos have an 11-point lead. Kick goes up towards the wing at the back of the pack. There's been a whistle blown. Not quite sure what this one was for.
Push. It was for a push, but I didn't see it myself.
It was actually a push down here. I think it was something went on between Haley and his opponent, because it was Geordie Buckingham who directed the other umpire to blow the whistle.
Then why isn't it a free kick where he saw it and not with McKinnon 70 metres out?
Yeah, it's perplexing. But nonetheless, McKinnon kicks it inside forward, 50, standing strong, the big man.
That reason is, Gav, because the ball was kicked, and it goes back to where the ball is, because it was after the ball was kicked.
Good. Short passes on from Renton. It's okay, they'll switch out wide here. He's Cherney. Had a good first half.
Let's give him best or close to it.
He's got a good mow on him as well. Dumps the heavy football up towards the wing position. Going after it there was Lowson. He had two players to beat. Paddled between his legs was Morgan, looking for his teammate. Quickly wrapped up in a strong Owen Chadwick tackle, and will have a bounce. Right in front of the Quamby Burger van, a.k.a. the bar, a.k.a. Delicious. Comes over towards Harbeck, who hasn't seen a lot of the football today, and he sees it over the boundary line and out of bounds. 98.1 Radio Eastern this afternoon, right through till 5 p.m. and EFL.org.au if you're watching the stream. Rubbed up at home anywhere around the world. Renton got the knockdown, comes out towards the direction of Cherney. He had the poise, got the backwards handball to Latham on the right boot, squeezes the kick up towards the half-forward line. Just had a little bit too much purchase on it for Black, and it's knocked over the boundary line and out. Plays 4. North Ringwood went goalless in the first half. The Roos have the lead. Harbeck got the knockdown. That was okay. Got it towards Van Noonan, who was brought down in a pretty strong tackle. Umpire said it wasn't fair enough, so he receives the free kick. So Jaden Van Noonan weighing up his options here. He'll kick it down the pack. Scott looked like he was held behind the play there. Umpire said play on, picked up there by Devlin, seen over the boundary line and out of bounds. About 80 metres out from goal here, North Ringwood's end. Right in front of us here. Umpire throws it in.
Have another throw in here.
Call that take 2. Haley a little bit disappointed that he couldn't have a ping. So take 2. McKinnon will go up against Renton. Once again,
well, it's hard yakka out there. That ball must be fairly heavy.
And
yeah, it's got cold hands as well.
Cold.
Yeah.
Third time's the charm. I'm sure this one will be a ripper. And it is too. Big fly over the back, ball knocked forward now for North Ringwood, picked up by Van Union, keeps it in. That's a good squaring up kick to the top of the goal square. Hill was asking for it. Haley on the bottom of the pack, looking for the high tackle. It's not coming though, because it wasn't there. And we will have a bounce. And now there has been a free kick given against Brenton Legg for being a little bit too harsh on Charlie Haley as he was getting up off the ground.
Always
Legg needs to just calm down a little bit, otherwise a 25-metre penalty will be coming.
the retaliator always gets caught, and that's what's happened there. Just a little bit of overzealousness there by Brenton Legg.
Well, he's kicked 2 points, Haley. He'd love a goal, and he kicks a point. It came back, it curled and it curled. The fans were cheering it through, and that's another behind to Charlie Haley. That's another behind to North Ringwood, and the margin is come back to 10 points at the 6-minute mark of the third term.
Hubbard kicks it to himself, then goes to the outer side with his kick. But Whelan's at ground level to rove off the marking contest, hands it off to a teammate who's wrapped up in a tackle. Now Hill gets taken out in the tackle and out of bounds on the outer side. 60 metres around from North Ringwood's goal. We're doing a lot of pressing in this third quarter. 6 minutes gone, they've done most of the attacking. They really need a goal just to get some momentum in the game. Renton, good position, wins the tap down, but no clear advantage. And in fact, it's the Saints who take it out of the contest. But below, Dylan, good body position, then protected the marking space, took the mark, and he's going to switch it. Got to be careful with this kick. He took his time to make sure it went to Chadwick, who didn't drop the ball under a little bit of pressure. Cleveland's his outlet, and Mark, wow, big arms, strong grip. That gets you excited, doesn't it, at BWS when the big fella takes a mark. He goes out even wider, and there's no Cleveland there to take the mark, and it has to go out of bounds. So we'll have a boundary throw in directly centre out on this wing. That is the Quamby Burger wing of Quamby Reserve. Renton this time does the ruck. They sort of hang off him as he taps it down. And North Ringwood try to claim it. It's spilt out to Sharp. Sharp high up and under. Hill goes for it. Men get in front of him in the contest. Oh, that's friendly fire in North Ringwood. I think it was Whelan got into his teammate who's still down. And the play goes on over the shoulder. And a relieving free kick for East Ringwood. But the concern is with the North Ringwood player who got head on. So was it Whelan who copped it rather than giving it out? Yeah, but he's going to get up. And he's tough as nails.
Just on that marking contest, great effort there by Devlin of East Ringwood to come in front, across in front of that pack.
Yep, exactly.
Put his body right on the line.
Legg knew not to play on because there was nowhere to go, so he took a mark, and he's going to keep it as wide as possible, and maybe too wide because it drifts with the wind. It just got touched before it went out of bounds. So good touch finder, really, but we're not playing the game where that's really pretty. So we'll hope it keeps in the middle of the ground sooner or later, if you know what I'm saying.
I hear.
The Aussies lost last night. We don't want to think about that sport ever again.
3-zip.
And now it's in the hands of North Ringwood, but the tackles fly in, and it's held up once again, going towards East Ringwood's goal, right of screen. And we haven't seen many goals, but we've seen a contest for every ball. Again, I call Renton winning the tap. But at ground level, North Ringwood are getting involved more. They've obviously got a rocket from their coach. Waitman picks off the hand pass.
Look at him go.
Walks around one, now goes towards goal. Marking contest on the line. Spilt. No chance there for Symes, or was it Alice on the goal line. And a conceded point by North Ringwood as the lead pushes out back to 11 points. 16 plays 5.
So he's loco for the Saints. He just wafts it up towards the half-forward line. He was looking there for Cooper. The ball bounced in front of him, picked up by Devlin, got the little handball away. That was okay. They've linked up well here. He's Latham this way, that way. Eventually gets booted ball up towards the half-forward line. One-on-one contest ensues. The ball. In there's Lowson. Broke the tackle really well then and then did a pirouette, but over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Inside 6-1 this score in favour of North Ringwood, thanks to Choose Tap.
It still have nothing to show for it.
They've got one minor score.
Renton got the knockdown that time. Ball came out. Shepherd couldn't quite trap it. East Ringwood with a chance here. Waitman, geez, he's got a bit of a turn of speed, doesn't he? Stein on the right boot, got it away. Here's Cherney, inside forward 50. It's a grubber of a ball. They've got the numbers here. The Saints. Decker went after it. Lowson came in also, quickly wrapped up by Toddy Morgan.
Well done there by Sam Lowson. A 2-on-1. Has won a ball up in the forward 50 there for East Ringwood.
But if they got that ball out, then Breath, they were off and running north.
Get the feeling they're peppering here. The Ruse, little handball comes out. Here's Van Noonan.
Oh, nice fend off.
Gave the little fend off, and then on the left boot kicks it up towards the hill direction. Got a finger tipper on it, and eventually seen over the boundary line by Dylan Balo.
And that young lass on the boundary there, she's still working overtime at the moment.
Oh, the boundary umpire.
Yeah, the boundary umpire, I mean.
Yeah, thanks for being clear.
Well
I didn't know which game you were watching.
Comes out now, Shepherd on the left boot, kicks it up towards the Haley direction,
Some of us
bounces inside.
Some of
channels.
us are watching the game that we're actually calling.
Well, I didn't know when you when you started talking, thought he was going into his own private life there for a moment.
He keeps that for Friday night on the huddle as it comes out now. Van Noonan couldn't get Boocher ball. Condello of the Andrew variety goes chasing after it, but he's brought to ground.
Ray prefers the netball umpires generally.
Throws it up. Cleveland knocked down that time. Harbeck's in there. Eventually got it out. Van Noonan spun out of a tackle, got the little kick away that hasn't gone far enough. Umpire call play on. Here's Condello. He slipped at the crucial stage, and we'll hand it back to umpire Jordan Buckingham to bounce this one about 75 metres out from goal. It's an 11-point lead to East Ringwood, 11 minutes gone.
And it's probably the wettest, slippiest, if that's the word, most part as Cherney grabs it, but he gets grabbed and the umpire will come in, and it's been pushed forward to 43 metres out from East Ringwood's goal. So Cherney's been good in and under. He's getting some help from Below. Cleveland gets good position, wins the tap. North Ringwood are getting involved with Whelan, jumps on the ball and gets jumped upon, and the ball is stopped dead.
What East Ringwood are doing, they're just squeezing the life out of North Ringwood.
Cleveland punches forward, Hill's in good position, but he can't pick it up, the tall man, and at ground level again, it's been squashed under feet.
East Ringwood won't mind this, stoppage after stoppage. They don't care, they're in front.
And as you said, they're probably the only team that look convincing going forward in terms of maybe getting the next goal. But here's an opportunity for Hill just to put it on the boot and put it 40 metres in advance of that pack. Now it's opened up a little bit, falling down to Shepherd, and the tackles come in on top of him. And East Ringwood don't allow it to be open for too long. Thinking of the Cavs, I might be when I see Cleveland. So LeBron had a good week, and it's in my mind. If you're telling me I'm saying Cleveland, I don't know. I'm delirious.
I waited till the third time, and I'm just giving you the heads up.
Oh, dear. It's been a long Sunday. We've been talking...
Especially when Cleveland's one of your boys.
Yes. I like how the Cavs played the game, though. Played it hard. As East Ringwood have got it from the free kick, and it goes out wide again. And East Ringwood, they just seem to be playing the strong territory, just keeping it in hand, keeping it in close, and it's out of bounds on the wing.
13 minutes gone here in the third term. North Ringwood have not kicked a goal yet today, but they are within 2 kicks. So a low-scoring affair we're seeing out here at Quamby. Stacks on the mill once again. Decker's in there. In fact, it's Alex McKinnon, I should have said. And Hire calls for a restart. Knocked down that time by Cleveland. Harbeck got a nice little tap on here to Haley. He has a little bit of space and a bit of class as well. Links up well. Now the Saints can go forward. Inside forward 50 they go. It's going to be a bouncing football. Was looking there for Shepherd, who copped one really high. Amazing that didn't get called. Leg goes in after it again. Great attempt by Shepherd for the second action.
Yeah, because he looked dazed.
And we'll have a bounce. It's only 40 metres out. Can the Saints get a goal? Next goal so important. Ball trickles towards the boundary line. Strong tackle there by Latham. And just kept inside. Scott will hand the ball back, and Powell will hand the ball back to the umpire. Quick knockdown. squaring kick up towards the wing. Nicely done there by Millard. Got a fist on the ball away from Michael Locko and over the boundary line. She goes right in front of the North Ringwood faithful.
That's a great contest between Millard and Loco there.
Brings it in now. Cleveland got it down. Waitman couldn't pull the football in. On hands and knees there was Below of the James variety, and we'll have another stoppage. Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap Match Stats.
Clearances this quarter, 11-8 in favour of North Ringwood, despite East Ringwood win the hit out 16-7.
Jackie Whelan going after it. Josh Waitman on his tail. And we'll do it all once again. 15.5 minutes gone here in the third term. Big fly there over the back there by Van Nuenen. Got it down. Walsh was crunched in. A strong tackle. Ball slips out to Waitman. He's quickly wrapped up nicely by Darcy Powell, and we'll have another bounce.
Gotta like how organised East Ringwood around the stoppages are. They got a guy like Legg directing them around the stoppages.
McKinnon to Powell, kicks it inside 450. Haley went in hard for it at the back of the pack. Here's Allison. Can he trap the football in there? As to his Latham. He paddles it back. Devlin picks the football up. Had the poise, had the space, and had the accuracy as well. Beautiful kick. Here's Chris Cherney across the half back line to clear it for the Roos.
So Cherney's got an half back, but he stops play because he's just got no options except to bomb it to the wing where Renton takes position, gets his arms up, can't take the mark. He's no Cleveland. And it goes down to ground level and out of bounds. So it's a boundary throw in. I feel like I'm sort of defensive about my admiration. So we'll move on. Cleveland will take the ruck. Gets front position as he usually does. Tap down though, North Ringwood are roving to him, and they do it nicely but can't clear the congestion, and the tackles come flying in. And Whelan's been tough, he just hasn't got much open ball.
You scared that it might turn into an obsession, is it, Gav?
Oh, you're going to make it so. As the quick kick goes towards the Saints goals. Nicely standing up in the tackle was Allison, or the fierce bump, and he goes in a bit hard because he didn't like the contact he copped. And he was a bit indiscriminate.
25.
The umpire says, "Look, I know it's a rough game, but maybe just ease up."
I'll tell you what, that was real tough stuff by Brenton Legg then. You know, everything fair, but gee, it was tough.
As the kick goes by Hancock.
Comes up now. Oh, speaking of hard bumps, Jackie Whelan came charging in with the hip and shoulder as well, and that was fair.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong. That was a beautiful hip and shoulder there by Jackie Whelan. It's always good to see a nice hip and shoulder in the game.
Good to see Andrew Condolo.
He's up and about. He's fine.
And the umpire did well. He got in there quick.
Got the knockdown. He's Below on hands and knees. Whelan's over the top of him, and we'll have a bounce. Jones helping him out. Geordie Buckingham starts it, comes out Harbeck, somehow found a little bit of space, got a toe poker up towards the half-forward line, charging through Connor Devlin, just gave the don't argue. Almost was lucky to not be pinged there, just trying to get rid of it. Umpire comes in.
The umpire's using his whistle well and his voice. He's really telling the players to get up. As soon as they try to get a bit of extra physicality, he comes in and he's very firm, so it's good umpiring.
Yeah, he's certainly one of the EFL's best, there's no doubt about that. Free kick to North Ringwood, advantage could be paid here, but no, it will come back.
Gav, just on the umpiring there, you've got to remember though, because there's three of them, he's Johnny on the spot. He's right there where it was in exactly the right position to call those.
Yeah. But I like that, because if he didn't blow his whistle and come in, they would have gone on with it.
That's right.
Fair old roost by the trainer there to kick the ball back to the North Ringwood player. The ball goes inside forward 50 now. It's in the hot spot, only 10 metres out from the North Ringwood goals. A big pack forms. Tommy Hill copped one in the flight. He's ginger in getting up off the pitch. And we'll have a bounce, only 10 metres out from goal. Look, there's about 20 players. Here's McKinnon, got boot to ball. Fresh air shot there by Shepherd. It's still only 5 metres out now. Devlin did well to force the rush behind. That's number 6 now on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard for North Ringwood. They trail by 10 points as the Roos are 2-4-16.
Funny enough, they're only a goal away from nervous tension getting in this game. But it's in the hands of Alice, who kicks it to himself, then kicks it long to Below in Dillon in the half-back line. nearly East Ringwood break out of the pack, but it's holding the ball because the run of Waitman was stopped short by a great tackle. And it's going to be Jones who did well. It was nearly off to the races for East Ringwood, but North Ringwood have got a free kick 60 metres out. The kick's gone to Hill in the pocket, comes over the top, can't take the mark, ground level. What can the Rovers do for North Ringwood? Nothing yet, and it goes out of bounds. 40 metres around from the goals of North Ringwood.
Inside 50s now 11-2 this quarter in favour of North Ringwood.
Yet they haven't kicked a goal yet.
Yeah, so we're nearly approaching time on in the third term. Cherney bustles his way through the pack, clearing kick, finds the boundary, but he finds touch another 20 metres away from goal.
I know they've only kicked 6 points, North Ringwood, but full kudos to the East Ringwood back line. They have played a superb, their back six have been superb for the first 3 quarters.
The goal would be nice. High throws it in out. Van Noonan got the front spot straight into the arms of Whelan, got the handball away. Nicely done there by Condello. Got the handball. Now his leg on the left boot. Kicks it up towards the wing position. Renton was in there. He had 4 players to beat, but now they're going to get away with it. Miller got the handball away. Waitman dropped what he probably should have taken. Linking handball over the top. Here's Stein. Here's a bit of a go here for East Ringwood. Kick goes inside forward 50 and Lowson takes the mark. About 25 metres out directly in front. Now that was the passage of play we've been after. Pancake parlour play of the day material.
And this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt North Ringwood if East Ringwood score here.
Just about the sealer.
Well,
the early crow.
Well, I tell you what, Grant Campbell, you could actually be right here.
I think Soupy's gone early. You're going early.
Not for the
That's
first
all
time.
right.
So Sam Lowson, who kicked our chiropractic betting goal of the day, only contender thus far. This is a lot easier, but a lot more important, and he sets sail for goal and he puts it through. And they've opened themselves out to a 16-point, very handy lead.
Yep.
East Ringwood at this stage as we get into the closing stages of the third term, Brash.
I would say for probably 18 of the 22 minutes so far of this quarter, it's all been in North Ringwood's inside 50. And lo and behold, one little mistake and it's come out, and North Ringwood have paid the penalty.
And they've got the more damaging runners. When you saw Waitman get into the link in the chain, you're just like, this is going to come good.
Yeah, it was.
And Lowson, he's great around goals. He's smart with space. He's very evasive. He gets good body position most times.
And all of that started from the kick-in because of the behind.
So back in the middle, East Ringwood have got some confidence, but the smothered kick means that Whelan hands it off to a running teammate. Now it's inside 50. Hill's got a metre on his opponent, but the tackle comes in by Chadwick, and Hill goes to ground. But McKinnon's there to help him out. Boundary line is there and sees it all.
That was good play by Chadwick because he kept pushing Tommy Hill towards the boundary line and making the scoring shot really hard.
It was good play. I thought it was good by Hill as well to be able to get rid of the football smartly and not get pinged.
So the rucks go out at McKinnon's in the back position to Renton. Ground level, there's 6 on 6. Cherney's going to nearly pick it up, but he concedes there behind by kicking it backwards 10 metres. He knows the smart percentage play, and it's a minor score. 7 plays 22 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Boundary.
Cross down boundary side, thanks to chiropractic betting. He's Esmond.
From ground level, there's only the one way for North Ringwood. They just got to take risks, got to go straight down the middle as much as possible.
Well, the kick goes wayward from Chris Cherney, and that's probably one of his only blemishes for the afternoon. He's been super out of bounds on the full. Here's a chance for North Ringwood now. Got to kick it to the hot spot. Got to kick it towards the Tommy Hill direction. He got in the front spot, and he got his arms chopped as well. Copped one high.
There was a free there for that one.
And he'll go back and have a shot on goal. And if there was ever a person you wanted to have the ball in the arms of, it is your full forward, Tommy Hill, in a situation like this when you trail by less than 3 goals and haven't kicked one yet, Brash.
They need to kick this goal. This is imperative for me. They need to kick this goal.
No pressure.
No, of course.
Well, it's taken them nearly 3 quarters to actually kick one.
This is a hard shot, boys. This is a hard kick.
Well, for a full forward, it should be bread and butter, and he's pushed it.
Missed.
He's kicked it to the right-hand side this time. We've seen every shot on goal down there as the wind is pushing across the ground, and he's missed it. So,
and he kicked it as hard as he could as well.
North Ringwood had 3 pushing up towards three-quarter time. 8 behinds, they're trailing by 14 points at the moment as the kick comes back into play. Can they get it? Can they go after it again? His legs swings around on the left boot. Will he keep it in play? No, he will not. Out of bounds on the full, and Daniel Wood will be the man underneath the Bendigo Bank scoreboard to bring the ball back into the forward line for the Saints. There can't be too much longer left in this third term.
We're ticking towards 25 minutes. Average quarter is 26. So they might want to mark here. North Ringwood. Haley pushes the pack underneath him, but it's East Ringwood at ground level. They've got the numbers, and Devlin, being the last man on the chain, gets it to Condello, who takes the mark, and he'll steady play like he knows there's not long to go in this third term. So he's got the kick that goes high up and under and out wide and out of bounds on the full, so it'll come back over his head in a moment.
There's still 2 kicks to go, though.
So we're just waiting for it to get into the hands of the North Ringwood player. Hill gets in good position, just spills it, goes through his hands. Devlin's close to the boundary line and he'll walk it over. Smart play, gets some harassing by Haley.
I was happy to tell Haley about it too.
We had him at a vulnerable position, but luckily he's not a too aggressive fellow. Well, I'll just keep you guessing what could have happened. But it's North Ringwood who've got the ball 40 metres out, and Whelan is taking the tackle. That's the great thing about East Ringwood, is their tackling is spot on. They take the hips hard and take the player and ball to ground, which is good. As all the guys go at it, it's about 10 on 10 in this pack. Harbeck is the tackler, and he holds up Bilo.
Tackles 25 to 19 for the quarter in favour of East Ringwood. Thanks to Choose Tap.
It's delicious.
Big punch over the top, one by Van Unen, but it's Dylan Bilo, last man standing, gets a high up and under kick to half back, and it bounces out of bounds. 70 metres out, and that might be the defensive manoeuvring they need to do, East Ringwood, to not concede a goal for the third term in a row.
He's had a ripper game, Dylan Bilo. I reckon he's been close to nearly best on the ground at the moment.
Yeah, it's an even race, I reckon. There's a few tough guys out there, and some of them are probably in defence for sure. And ground level, East Ringwood. Here they go. They're off the races, but it's a spilt ball by Walsh. And it allows North Ringwood to get on the ball in the centre of the corridor.
Throw.
As the throw goes against North Ringwood, and Condello, Michael, will get the free kick. Is there a chance for one more goal? He's looking widest first. Now goes direct towards Renton. Punch comes in at ground level. Waitman hands it off to the runner. Tackle comes in just as the kick of Black was going towards goal, and it put him off the task, and Decker was the man sliding into the mark 20 metres from his own goal. Hands it off to his helpful defender in Morgan, and they're off to the half-back line. Other side of the ground, still in the corridor. Now it's a contest. Waitman gets the ball from leg, shares it out. Now they go towards 40. Flying shot from Black. Puts it to the goal square. Might bounce through if shepherded. The defence come in and just put it through for a minor score. 23 plays 8. Close to three-quarter time at Quamby Reserve.
15 points the margin out here. You'd think the siren's only moments away from blowing.
Exactly.
There's been a lot of stoppages as the kick comes out. McKinnon takes the mark. He goes on with it. That was just a lazy handball in the Allison direction, which was chopped off and will have a bounce.
Yep, we were sort of waiting for the siren, aren't we, to recharge the batteries?
Or a special comment.
Yeah, good. Yes, good point.
Cherney goes in after it, wheeling it, hands and knees, got up and picked the ball up and slammed it on his boot up towards the half-forward line. Devlin was in there. He's had a good day in game 2 for the Roos. Happy to see it over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Sometimes there's just nothing special to say, BWS.
That's right.
Well, that last minute's not going to make the director's cut.
8 plays 23. It's more like a 20-minute mark of the first quarter type score that we're seeing at the moment as Van Unen on the left boot goes inside forward 50. Leg was in there. Charging through, Sharp got the handball away. This is going okay. Kick to the top of the goal square. Can Hill pull it?
Oh,
That's
yes!
an absolute cracker.
Yep.
Give the guy a $100 voucher for A1 Airport parking. He plucked that one in magnificently, falling back with the flight of the football. And you've got to mark this one down. And I tell you what, how important is this goal?
And he just got
listen to the fans get around him as well as the siren sounds to
Hang on a
announce
sec.
three-quarter
Oh,
time.
you got to give it to him. He played on, but he beat the siren. He beat the siren.
Definitely beat
what's
the
gonna
siren.
happen? Yes,
He's
it's a
paying
goal.
Paid the goal. You've got to pay the goal. We all heard it.
Yeah.
The two-finger salute comes, and now it's back to game on. Three-quarter timeout here at Quambie Reserve. That quarter almost going for 30 minutes, and just what the doctor ordered. North Ringwood get themselves to a 1 goal, 8-14. That's right, three-quarter time score. 1 goal, 8-14 to 3-5-23. We've got a 9-point ball game, Brash.
We have, and all of a sudden, after North Ringwood dominating the inside 50 for most of that third quarter, BWS, they're still only 9 points down and still in the contest.
You get the feeling that we're in for a very tight and exciting finish out here. Sam Lowson has 2 goals for the Roos. The only other goal kickers on the ground are Josh Waitman, also for East Ringwood, and Tommy Hill on the siren, just pegging back that margin to a very achievable 9 points for North Ringwood. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast on 98.1 Radio Eastern and streaming live around the world, EFL.org.au. We'll go back to the studio, we'll hear some messages, then we'll come back with a big last term out here at Quambie Reserve.